Good morning and welcome to another video. Okay, now quite a serious video this. As you probably know, about year and a half, Uber has been on a rampage of deactivating drivers. In their term, a surge in deactivating drivers. So in this video, what we're going to talk about is a few ways we could actually lessen our chances of getting deactivated. Now, let's get one thing right. This is a numbers game you're in. It's just a numbers game, as in, like, when your number comes up to get deactivated, you will get deactivated. And that will disregard whatever you say, whatever your rating is, and even if you had dash cam evidence, nothing can be used to get you back onto the platform. And the main reason for that is Uber has no proven way or strategy to take into account how the driver's story to an alleged allegation is. You know, they will basically listen to you on the phone, and that is not enough. Now, as I explained before, when you get an email saying they're investigating an allegation, what they're basically saying to you is, we are looking at ways or a good reason to deactivate you. That's all it is. So things like past complaints. And in your mind, you're probably thinking, well, maybe they're getting a CCTV footage of something. No, they're not. All they're looking is a good reason to get you deactivated. So, you know, you haven't got something to come back to them again. Right, so what we're going to do in this video is concentrate on two items. Okay? Now, these two items will mean you, now we're talking about you here, as a driver, getting instant dismissal. No comeback. Right, first one, cannabis, marijuana, bud, whatever they call it. Now, this has a very distinctive smell. And if you got riders, if you got 2 or 3 riders in your vehicle, that will actually fill, the smell will actually fill the whole of the car. The smell is carried on their clothing, and that will actually stick to your seats. Now, the problem isn't the actual rider. The problem lies is when you go and pick up your next request. And guess what? As soon as that passenger comes in, they will smell that, and the first thing they're going to do is complain to Uber. And you know very well that will result in an instant dismissal. And you, as a driver, cannot even argue that. You know, now if you have the same scenario with a local base, the chances are, firstly, whoever you picked up, the management or the drivers will always back and say, yeah, he always smelt of marijuana, that passenger's always smoking anyway. You could get away with it. But here, you can't. So, how do you act in a scenario like this? And, well, basically, you're better off just going home. You're going to open the windows. You know, you could drive around opening the windows, put some air freshener in there, deodorant, just to get the smell out of your car. But there's 2 things I want you guys to do. Firstly, is to inform Uber. And the reason I say 2 ways, because both of them ways are different ways. Firstly, you're going to call Uber support through your app, and you're going to tell them that basically this is what happened, and I've got a very bad smell in my car. And secondly, you're going to write them an email as well at the same time. And you might say, well, aren't they both the same thing? No, they're not. The company can't communicate between Uber support and through an email. You'll have circumstances where they'll ring you and say, well, I've already told this to support, and they'll say, well, have you? Oh, well, we'll look back in that. You know what I mean? They are not communicating with each other. So that's the reason you are having to communicate through email and through your app as well on customer support. Okay, second scenario, drink alcohol. Same scenario. It's not the person who has actually had a drink, it's the riders that you're going to pick up after you got rid of the ones you already had. Now again, drink, it leaves a smell. You know, you'll get passengers that are drenched in alcohol, and what? Next rider comes in, and obviously you're the one that's been drinking. So you got to be very careful. You know, people, you know, passengers are carrying bottled drinks that could actually spill it on your floor or seat or whatever. It leaves a smell. You know, and if they can't, and the next rider that comes in smells that, and all they're going to do is to get a free ride. Obviously, they're not doing for the, you know, safety of the next passenger and everything like that. You know, but this gives them a good reason to get a free ride. But at the same time, you as a driver are getting deactivated for someone else spilling their drink on the floor. Okay, so as I said, Uber as a company are really at an early stage of, you know, sorting these kind of things out. And you know, it's going to be years till they actually become a full-fledged taxi company. But the reality is, drivers like you, till then, will have to pay the price. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye bye now.